Concerns are growing over children's safety in Nelson County. Doctors, investigators, and the Nelson County Commonwealth's attorney are claiming the Nelson County Department of Social Services is mishandling sensitive cases involving child abuse and neglect. We've been following this story for several months now. ABC 13's Alexia Stambridge investigates these recent concerns and takes our questions directly to DSS for answers.
Red flags ignored, communication lapses, and children slipping through the cracks. That's why many agencies say they're asking for change and accountability.
We are aware that children have been in unsafe situations because of the lack of communication.
These aren't technical issues. These are complete failures in doing their mandatory jobs.
The Commonwealth Attorney's Office sent this letter to DSS in March expressing their dissatisfaction on the handling of a few recent cases. One involving the death of a 6-week-old baby in December. The Sheriff's Office charged both parents with murder in May. And another involving the strangling of 2 teens in February.
We're talking about serious felonious abuse here, egregious acts towards children.
Now I've learned the Virginia Children's Ombudsman is currently investigating the Nelson County DSS. The Ombudsman is an independent agency within the governor's office that is appointed to protect children. So far in his investigations, he has found more than a dozen concerns, from response times and improper child safety assessments to a lack of documentation and communication.
That is rare.
Check out these numbers from the Virginia CPS annual report. In 2024, of 161 cases referred to Nelson County DSS, they accepted under 30% of them to review. 0 of the cases became investigations.
It goes to our concern that they're not assessing the safety and the risk factors and making those determinations according to policy, according to law, and according to common sense, to be honest with you.
Did you have concerns? I took these numbers to Edith Napier-Wardlaw, the Nelson County DSS board chair. What's your reaction to those numbers?
Look at areas comparable to the size of Nelson County. You know what I'm saying? If you throw in really large cities, if you throw in the Richmond, the Northern Virginia, they probably are going to have a higher rate.
Will that percentage change of what's investigated versus referred and versus accepted?
It could be due to the environment that they're living in. Could. I won't say it will.
I compared Nelson County's numbers with some of its neighbors. In 2024, Amherst County DSS had 704 cases referred. They accepted about 65% of them to review. 151 of the cases became investigations. Appomattox County DSS had 328 cases referred. They accepted about 42% of them to review. 16 of the cases became investigations. When you are looking at these numbers, I asked why there's a noticeable gap between Nelson and the other counties.
Social services is about the safety of children and adults, but it's also about trying to keep families together.
The Nelson County Sheriff's Office, Commonwealth Attorney's Office, medical professionals, and Department of Social Services are all part of a multidisciplinary team. The MDT works together to properly handle child abuse and neglect cases.
It just really allows those teams to collaborate as opposed to kind of working in silo.
Many experts I spoke with say right now the issue stems from a lack of communication with the Nelson County DSS director, resulting in varying problems. Hi, Mr. Burdett. I reached out to the director, Brad Burdett, multiple times, calling, emailing, and getting no response for weeks. So I stopped him at the Nelson County Courthouse. Would you have a moment to answer a couple questions?
I don't.
Would you be willing to set up an interview?
Not at this time.
Did you get my emails and calls?
I did get your emails. At this time, we just have no comment.
I followed up anyway, asking about the MDT's complaints. Do you think that you've communicated well with them?
Yes, we have communicated with the MDT and communicated very well.
Is there something you could do better? Because these agencies don't feel like you've communicated well.
I think there's a lot of things a lot of agencies could do better. So
they say, for instance, like whenever you communicate with them, right? It's days later, and sometimes there is no communication. I mean, could there be some improvements within communication?
Everybody's assessment, and I thank you for talking to me today, Ms. Stansbridge. It was nice talking with you.
The Nelson County Board of Supervisors also requested the department be put on an improvement plan. The DSS chair says it's a personnel matter, so she can't confirm or give any details. But she did say they are working to improve communication with other agencies moving forward. Back to you.